Hey everybody, Lauren Cohn here. Welcome back to the channel. One of the things that I hear most from the students that I work with in my Bass Improv Mastery program, my coaching program, is this feeling of overwhelm when they're practicing. This feeling that there's so much information out there that they just don't know where to start. They don't know the main things they need to be working on. And there's this constant feeling of overwhelm that's inhibiting their progress. So today, I want to show you one thing that you can start doing every day to overcome that overwhelm. 5 of the most important jazz chord progressions that you need to be able to play as a jazz bass player. I call these 5 pillar chord progressions. So let's get into it. 5 pillar chord progressions to help limit the overwhelm, dial in your practice, and get you to the next level in your jazz playing. All right, so today I'm going to be working from this iReal Pro file. There's a link to download this file below. You could download it as just a straight PDF that you can just read from. There's also a link to download this into your iReal Pro app so that you can practice along with this. One of the keys with this is to take this through all keys. One of the keys is to take it through all keys, but you can easily with iReal Pro just transpose this, and I recommend transposing it up a fourth, sort of moving the way we do mostly in jazz, which is counterclockwise around the cycle of fifths, right? We tend to move in fourths in jazz. Okay, so let's talk about these 5, what I'm calling pillar progressions. Now, there are obviously many, many other progressions that we have in jazz, but these 5, as I said earlier, represent sort of the basic ingredients, the basic DNA from which everything else comes. Okay, so first one here, major 2-5-1. Okay, and this is just a 4-bar 2-5-1, just simple major 2-5-1. I'm going to play through these all in a second so you can hear all these, okay? Next is minor 2-5-1s. These are both these elongated progressions where we have 1 full bar of our minor chord, 1 full bar of our dominant chord, 1 full bar of our major, a resolution, or our minor chord, and then just throwing in this little turnaround, this 6 chord, all right? So we have 2-5-1-6, 2-5-1-6 in minor. Okay, then we move on to our 1-6-2-5 progressions. In addition to our 2-5-1s, the next most important progressions that we have are our 1-6-2-5 oriented progressions. So we're going to work on these. Okay, and first we start out with our major 1-6-2-5. And when we do the major 1-6-2-5, for me, I just also throw in the second half of the first section of rhythm changes. All right, so I just turn this into basically the first 8 bars of rhythm changes. So we have first 4 bars, the 1-6-2-5, then 3-6-2-5, and then this second section, this second part of rhythm section of rhythm changes, a section where we go. Okay, so just throw that in there because now it's like I'm playing rhythm changes in all keys, and I'm going to show you how we connect this all. Okay, then we have our minor 1-6-2-5. This is really important. So 1-6-2-5, but a minor. C minor down to A7, A7 altered, in this case, A7 flat 9 sharp 11, then 2-5, etc. 1-6-2-5 in minor. So many tunes are based on this progression. And then lastly, number 5, the cycle of dominance. This is where we are moving through dominant sevenths up in fourths. Okay, so again, we're moving counterclockwise around the cycle of fifths, moving counterclockwise, moving in fourths. So we have F7, B flat 7, E flat 7, A flat 7, etc. I'm going to play these all for you in a second. But move through all 12 keys, cycle of dominance. All right, so our 5 pillar progressions. So you may say, well, Lauren, what about the blues? The blues is the most important progression we have in jazz, right? Absolutely it is. You have the key ingredients of the blues in this progression, right? Because we're working on our cycle. The blues, has the cycle in it. And we're working on our 2-5s. That's the essence of the jazz blues. By working on our cycle and the first A section of rhythm changes, we're also working on the rhythm changes. So the idea here is we're not playing every progression. As I said, these are just what I'm calling like these pillar progressions. We have many other progressions, but if you work on these every day, this will give you the basic DNA, everything you need to play the most important progressions in jazz. I'm going to play through it right now. major 2/5. Minor 2/5. Then now is stopping and transposing this entire page up a fourth. Or like I said, you can create a whole new file that moves up a fourth through each of these progressions. So those are our 5 pillar progressions for jazz. Whether you're playing upright or you're playing bass guitar, working on these every day can really help limit the overwhelm, can really help focus your practice and get you dialed in to that basic DNA of our jazz standards. What are some daily workouts, some daily practice routines that you do? Drop a comment below and let me know. And also, if you want to learn the first step, the first thing you need to do to dial in your walking bass lines, click here.